Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where the truth always matters. I'm your host Charlie, the country conservative, and co-host Brendan, from the Brendan Statler Show. We are your source for conservative news. Now on with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint. I'm your host Charlie, the country conservative.
And I'm Brendan Statler of the Brendan Statler Show.
Tonight we are diving headfirst into the world of politics, liberty, and common sense. Buckle up because we're about to challenge the status quo, one truth bomb at a time. You know, folks, it's a crazy world out there. The left wants to defund the police while the right wants to defend our freedoms. It's like they're planning a game of who can out-crazy each other. And honestly, I'm not sure who's winning. But hey, at least we have a front row seat to this political circus, right? Now let's talk about cancel culture. Remember when canceling meant someone that you didn't like their TV show, so you canceled them? Those were the simpler days. Nowadays, cancel culture is like a high-stakes game of musical chairs. One wrong tweet and you're out. But fear not, my friends. We are here to dissect cancel culture like a seasoned surgeon. Now, folks, let's raise our glasses to freedom, the kind that doesn't come with the side of government surveillance. Remember, when privacy was a thing? Well, nowadays, our phones listen to us, our smart fridges judge our eating habits, and Alexa knows more about us than our therapist. But hey, we're never alone, right? Now, finally, let's talk about bipartisanship. The left and the right coming together like a dysfunctional family at Thanksgiving. It's heartwarming, really. They argue, they bicker, and occasionally they pass a bill. It's like watching a rom-com where the leads hate each other until they realize they both are terrible at budgeting. Nothing like sweet compromise. So, my fellow conservatives, grab your pocket constitution, your favorite blend of coffee, and none of that soy latte crap either. And let's dive into tonight's episode. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Glad you tuned in today. Just a heads up, tomorrow is the 4th of July, and we will be taking a break tomorrow. But I will be putting out a video, a tribute to the Star Spangled Banner. So I hope you guys keep your eye open for that. Let me know what you think about it. And I'll be back Friday, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, for another great episode of the Conservative Viewpoint. So with that, let's get the show on the road. What you got going on today, Brendan?
Well, more of the same, really, of what we've been talking about. You know, the main story is Biden going to drop out or is he going to remain in the race? Yeah. Well, it appears that this Wednesday coming up that – I'm sorry, that was today. I'm sorry. This Wednesday, which is today, Biden met with Democrat governors in Washington, D.C. So the obvious question is, are they going to strong-arm him into dropping out of this race? Or what is the objective with meeting with Democrat governors today? It seems very suspicious at this point in time to me. I go back and forth on my opinion if I think he's going to be replaced or not. I mean, they have really put themselves in a tricky situation. But for what it's worth, Alex Jones, who makes incredible predictions, predicted today on his show that by July 20th, Joe Biden would have announced that he is dropping out of the race. He's saying by July 20th, Biden will be out of the race. So we'll have to see, but I think this meeting is definitely interesting.
Well, there is something fishy going on. I just don't know what it is. If any of you guys have any clues of what the Democrats have up their sleeve, let us know. Hi, Tammy. Hi, everybody in Wimpkin.
Could they really run Kamala Harris?
They can't. I
know that they can, but I mean, would it be? I mean, she's more unpopular than he is. I mean, would they really even consider that?
Well, CNN just put a poll up saying that she beats Trump 48 to 42%.
Oh, bullshit.
Hey, no
There's
way.
no way.
No, it's impossible.
Yeah, there's no way. Her polling numbers. I shouldn't.
Oh my God.
I shouldn't use her and poll in the same sentence. But anyway, her polling numbers are worse than Joe Biden's.
Madeline.
I mean,
yeah.
that doesn't make any sense that she's beating.
I think she might be a little bit better than Joe.
Not last I've seen.
No?
No, like the entire time that the two have been in office, Biden's approval rating has been higher than hers, and that's saying something.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
How could you be worse than Joe Biden?
I don't even see that. A corpse would get more votes than Joe Biden.
Oh, isn't that the same thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. They won for the other. But along with what Brendan's saying is, I found this out just a little bit ago. They said Biden tells key ally he's considering departing the presidential race. Now, contrary to the gaslighting from the Biden regime and his own family, this is from the Gateway Pundit, by the way, the White House occupant is apparently having second thoughts on continuing the race. And this just came up today. Now, I've heard a lot of this stuff before, but they said that the Biden ally told the Times that Biden knows that his next few appearances heading into the 4th of July holiday weekend must go well. This includes an interview scheduled for Friday with former Clinton hitman George Snuffleupagus from ABC News and campaign stops in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Now, I don't know. We're getting all this stuff, and I got a load of email. My email's been blowing up today about all this shit that's supposedly happening.
By the way, you just made me think of something. I don't want to lose this thought. Guess who is going to be campaigning for Biden here in Pennsylvania? Gavin Newsom.
What?
Yes.
That piece of shit needs to stay in California where he's ruined that son of a bitch.
So, is this guy still in the mix somehow, some way, if they do replace him? I mean, a lot of I don't know. We're seeing a lot of strange
shit going on.
Yeah, I still cannot shake the feeling of Hillary Clinton, though. I don't know what it is about it. It's just something's nagging at me saying that if they do replace him, it's going to be Hillary. I have no idea what it is, but it's just
what's up, Sean? Tammy said that she polled, like you said, polled lower than Biden. And
no way that she beats Trump. No way.
Oh, she said she's idiocy personified. Oh my God, yes. You can't get as stupid as that. And I didn't get to look it up, but they said it took her multiple times to pass the bar. So if anybody can look that up, find out for me and see how many times it actually took her to do that. Because that's going to be kind of interesting. Got to reboot. Okay, Madeline.
We all know how she passed the bar anyway.
Yeah, Sean says that that new scum ain't welcome in Texas.
He shouldn't be welcome here either, but unfortunately, we're a Democrat fascist state.
Oh yes, and the Democrats overpower the Republicans in Pennsylvania by 500,000 people.
Yeah,
it's a shame. I think that we need to win the switch to Hillary. I think they're gonna hold on to him. I don't know. There's so much going on. I can't even tell you which way it's going to go.
I go back and forth on it. The reason that I started saying that I think they're going to hold on to him is because of the deadlines, like I mentioned before. But if you'll remember, not too long ago, they missed the deadline to get him on the Ohio ballot.
Right.
But he got on anyway.
Yeah, because that stupid Republican governor extended it for them so they can get it on after the Democrat National Convention. Yeah, which it was before that, and that's bullshit. I don't know why he helped them.
Yeah, and I'm no fan of Mike DeWine, who's the governor of Ohio. He's a Republican in name only, but maybe he did it just because Biden's going to be the easiest one to beat. I mean, who knows? Or maybe DeWine's really on Biden's side. Either one wouldn't surprise me. Like you said, I'm not a fan of the guy whatsoever.
Look at Dennis said. Dennis said the 48% approval rating for Kamala Harris on her sexual performance. Yeah, that's because she got her knee pads on and she was hitting the promotion line. Probably switching from Newsom. She can run for governor of California. There is so much going on. It's unreal. As he hasn't done enough damage to California. No shit. That place is a disaster area. They need to build a wall around California and leave all those people in there. And it'll be like Escape from New York.
I just got a text from somebody listening to us. So here in Pennsylvania, the lead that the Democrats have on Republicans is down to 200,000, apparently, is what I'm getting. 200,000. Yeah, apparently.
I looked that up today, and it said 300. It was like 300 and some thousand Democrats. Huh. Okay.
I couldn't tell you what the number was. All I know is that they have complete control of this state, unfortunately, and it's
no fit. And that's when we got to stop it.
Yeah, like I've said on Gary's show before, because of course, they're outside Pennsylvania. I said, Pennsylvania is not a blue state; it is a red state. But we have Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, all the fraud there.
No kidding.
Us.
Well, before I get this going here, I want to show you another KJP moment from today when a reporter asked her about Joe Biden's Alzheimer's or whatever the hell he's got. She gets cocky like you wouldn't believe. And you won't believe how she finishes this off. If you guys haven't seen this yet, take a look at this.
Behind me shouted a similar question to what I'm going to be asking you. But I think given what happened on Thursday, given the reporting in the New York Times and other outlets about the president's more frequent lapses, losing his train of thought. All of us saw what happened on Thursday, where he simply could not form coherent answers to many or some, if you will, of the questions, and appeared to lapse into nonsensical answers at the end. We beat Medicare, for instance. I'm going to ask something delicate, and you may not like it. The president may not like to hear it if he's watching, but I think the American people need to get a yes or no answer on this. Does President Biden, at 81 years old, have Alzheimer's, any form of dementia, or degenerative illness that cause these sorts of lapses? And it's a yes or no question. And if you don't know, why don't you, as one of his senior staff members, know?
I have an answer for you. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
It's a no. And I hope you're asking the other guy the same exact question. Okay. Go ahead.
The statement that Congressman Duggan put out, does the president feel like members, the Democratic congressmen, should be able to speak their minds on this? Or does he think, calling for him to withdraw is hurting the party writ large?
I mean, look, this is...
I'm not going to show all that. That crap doesn't matter. But do you hear her get mouthy? Asking if she's going to add. Now they want to spin it around as if Trump's got dementia. That's a show of desperation right there.
It absolutely is. I mean, that is not even a fraction of what Sarah Huckabee and Kayleigh McEnany went through when they were press secretary under Trump. This is how they act when the media is no longer on their side. I mean, and I knew that this was going to happen eventually. These people had too much power. Eventually, they were all going to eat themselves, and that is what they are starting to do. That's why we're seeing the talks of Biden possibly being replaced. I mean, the whole thing is crumbling. That answer was frustration and desperation, a little bit both, but more frustration because they know that they are losing.
You could tell that just by the way she was talking.
Yep. I'm telling you, as long as we do our job, Trump is going to be in the White House. I mean, you could tell just the way that these people are acting. That is a perfect example what you just played there.
Oh, no doubt. And it just shows how desperate they are to do whatever they can do and blame everything on Trump now.
I mean, what else are they going to run on? They just have to make Trump look worse somehow, some way. That's their whole strategy. They can't run on their own record. Their own record sucks.
Yeah, you got that right. And Dennis says that 98% of Californians want Newsom to run for president to get him out of California. Now, hell with that, Dennis. Let them keep his dumb ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll see. You'll see people moving back to California at that point. Nah, I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
no,
They probably wouldn't. I mean, especially around Los Angeles when you still have George Gascon there. I mean, California is a hellhole, and it's not all. I mean, Newsom's a big part of it, but Newsom isn't the only one of why California has turned into a communist hellhole.
Right, Lee. Do I take it that you are from California? Let me know in chat. We have a 15-second delay, so I'll have to wait for the answer. But he says that he used to have a cabin in Man's Choice just outside Bedford. That's only a couple hours away from here.
Yeah, I've never been to California, and it really is a shame because it looks so pretty out there.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
does.
fucking ruined with all the
Yep.
drugs. Oh, we got to.
Absolutely.
Oh,
They ruined it.
oh, I got to. Remember seeing those druggies in San Francisco in
Yep.
drunken Pelosi state, to how they go like a zombie.
Yeah, I actually played a video of that in the last video I did by myself, but it was Philadelphia. Right. It's
Oh, okay. I got the name of the drug that does that, and it was on yesterday's show, and I forgot it. I think it's Tank. I think they told me. Somebody told me in there.
I thought it was fentanyl.
No, but it's mixed. It's mixed with something, and they told me it yesterday. I asked them about it, and they told me that the name of the drug. And we were talking about a lot about drugs yesterday too.
Yeah, it does make these people look like zombies. I said this is the sidewalks of Philadelphia. I said this looks like a scene from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, no doubt there. It did too. And those people could just shoot up, walk 10 feet, and then just bend over, standing up, and not move.
But like you said, San Francisco, that's Nancy Pelosi's district. And remember, they let San Francisco, which is really a nice looking city, it looks like I said, I've never been there. They let San Francisco go to shit. But when did they finally clean it up? When did Gavin Newsom finally clean it up? When Xi Jinping was coming in so he could kiss his ass. He cleaned up the city. He won't do it for his own residents of California. He'll do it for a communist leader who is our biggest foe.
And that was a problem too. I didn't get to that article the other day, but they are evicting people from their tent cities.
Yeah,
the homeless, but they won't give them a hotel like they're giving these illegal criminals that are in here. Right. I have a big problem with that. You're going to evict our homeless people, but not the illegal criminals.
I agree with that. We should come up with something for some of these people. I mean, because these people are on drugs and they're out of their mind, and they are a nuisance. I mean, they have to be cleaned up off the street, but we should have some type of program in place that deals with these people instead of just kind of shooing them away. I mean,
and that's what they're doing. They're pushing our guys away for illegals.
Right. I mean, yeah, they definitely need to be off the street. I mean, that's for sure. But there's got to be a good way to handle this, and the way that they're doing it, I don't think's a good way. But like you said, you're an American citizen. What do you get from the government? Absolutely nothing. If you're illegal, you get everything.
These people don't have a problem lying to your face, straight to face. You're exactly right, Jamal. Welcome today. And Vic's still here. This is all part of their plan. Biden is not as lost-minded as they portray. They need to use the 25th on Biden so he can't be charged, so Hillary and Obama don't get charged. And I think that's what they're going to do, Billy Bob. I think they're going to try to, if they don't dump his ass here soon, they can't dump him. And I think if they keep his ass, they're definitely going to hit the 25th, and they're going to throw a woman president in there, be it Kamala the dumbass Harris or Hillary. It's going to be one of them, I think. I mean, who knows? They're throwing loops and curveballs like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, though, I mean, I could see it going either way. I'm not going to say that I have a definitive opinion on this. I think they might keep him in just because they're pushing so hard on this. I think it would look worse on him at this point if they dumped him after they said, he's not going anywhere. But then again,
he's saying it now.
Yeah.
And a bunch of Democrats are saying, no, you're gone. There's supposed to be 25 Democrats supposed to confront him, and tell him, get the hell out.
Right. And then again, these are the same people that were saying for, ever since he's been installed into the White House, that he's so sharp and all this stuff. His memory's great. Then he goes out on the debate stage, and then all of a sudden, everybody's turning on him. It's
exactly
there is no good way to get out of this situation. I don't think there is any getting out of this situation, whether they keep him or they dump him. I think the result's still going to be the same. I think they're screwed at this point.
Yep. Madeline says that she heard that Obama was funding Kamala. Anyone else hear that? What I heard, Madeline, was there was some black woman on there in charge of the black women, and said that if they pick anyone else, let's say, she said, if you pick a white man over Kamala Harris, we're going to ruin this party. The Democrat Party is what they're talking about. Did you hear that?
Yeah, and they're not really wrong. I mean, because this is the direction that they went. I mean, can you imagine that? That's the only reason I'm thinking not Newsom anymore, is because he's a white guy. I mean,
yeah, but you're going to pick a white Clinton.
It's different when it's a woman, I think.
Yeah, because she specifically said if you pick a white man.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just going off what the Democrats say. I know it sounds stupid, but because it is stupid. But
and the name of that drug was Trank. Trank. Yeah. And Lee told me about that. And
that's a good name for it.
Yeah, Dennis, I know you were supposed to be gone for a couple of days. He went out of town, and he said he hasn't slept for 3 nights. He's more on top of his game than KJP. I don't think it would take much. He said, I was happy with the health secretary left Pennsylvania, but never thought, he or she would become the national. No shit there, Lee.
Yeah.
He should have never, I don't know what. And then they promoted him to admiral.
Yeah. And this, if I remember correctly, I think that
oh my god,
what the hell was his name? Richard Levine. Richard Levine.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, I think at one point he was a children's psychologist. That is the last person that should be a children's psychologist, because if you're doing all that, there's something wrong with you mentally. I think I heard that somewhere.
Someone
just
told
thought
you it was a horse tranquilizer mixed with something. Not all of California is bad.
Dennis and Lee are Pennsylvanians, apparently. They just put on here.
Did you see what Sean put up there? That is hilarious. Got to scroll and find that. It's a big picture.
Yeah. Look, Kamala Harris.
Yes, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter is just, I did see that today, Dennis. Jimmy Carter is still eligible because he only went 1 term, and he's smarter he's smarter than Biden is right now.
I never thought about that. I mean, they are.
Sticking with Big Mike. Billy Bob's still sticking with Big Mike.
I heard,
and that was brought up again today too. It was brought up, and she was in like dreads or something, and he looked stupid as hell. I heard Obama was funding Kamala. Yeah, Madeline said that. Do you want me to send you a documentary on Kingston and the drugs? Oh, wow. Tell me the name of it. Because those drugs are something I've never seen before. Nothing that would do that kind of damage to somebody, that would stop them dead in their tracks like that and just be hanging out. That's nuts.
Yeah. And you notice this is only happening in blue cities. I mean,
it is.
How people in cities are still voting Democrat, I have no idea. I mean, how anybody votes Democrat in general, I don't get it. It's pretty bad.
I just don't see how anyone can vote for Biden just to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because we already know what Trump's capable of. He had this country back in the best shape it's been in a long time. They said 40 or 50 years. With lower taxes, gas prices, food prices, everything he's done. He had more money in people's paychecks. Yes, he gave corporate tax breaks, but that's how everything else falls back to us. And I don't want to use that trickle down bullshit because there's no such thing. When I went to college, I went for accounting, and there's no such thing as trickle down economics. That was a made up phrase they used back in the Reagan era that the Democrats keep using. Saying Biden, you hear Biden say, well, Biden's only reading what the hell he's supposed to read when he reads the teleprompters half the time. There's no such thing as trickle down economics. And
Repeat
these people,
the line. Repeat
what's
the line.
that?
I said, repeat the line.
Yeah, repeat the line. Or what the hell was the one the other day? Oh, end of quote. End of quote was the other day. Now that's what they're waiting for this time. So this just shit that's going on that I just don't see how people can if they have an ounce of brain in their head, see that everything that Biden's saying to you, he might not believe that they're lies because he's going off of what people tell him to say.
Yeah.
And that's the problem when you have dementia.
The thing that baffles me so much, though, is, I mean, this is a rare occurrence that we're seeing right here where you have, I hate calling Trump a former president because he was he was elected, as we know, in 2020, and it was stolen from him. But, you know, you have a former president in Trump and the current president, in quotes, Biden, are running against each other again. It's not like Trump has never been president. So, you know, you have two records to look at, you know, that everybody remembers very well. And all these people on the left saying that Trump's going to be a dictator if he gets in. Well, if he was going to be a dictator, why did he even leave office in the first place? That doesn't make any sense. Apparently, Alan is from Western Pennsylvania, just like us.
Oh, really?
He said West PA.
I'm switching between chats and stuff. Somewhere in PA, yeah. There's some places you don't want to admit that you're from. That's why we don't tell. I don't tell people where I'm from in PA, mostly because I have inmates show up at my house, and we don't have that.
Yeah,
I'm alone. I'm alone in Eastern Pennsylvania here. Then Lee said,
West side, best side,
close to Dennis. Democrats is brainwashed from birth. Yeah, most definitely there. The trainee, oh yeah, I had to go. I'm going backwards, but they're talking about Richard Levine. Tammy says, "Admiral, my ass, fake position for a fake woman." That's the truth. There, the trainee wouldn't have access to 200 million that Camel Toe has access to, so it will not be a big mic. I don't know what it's going to be, and that's the problem I'm having because so much stuff, and then they're probably doing that on purpose, throwing all these different things at you just so you can't figure out what they're doing because the cheat is on, and they're just, I don't know how they're going to do it. So that's what we got to be watching out for here real soon because something's going to happen because somebody mentioned earlier that another pandemic's going to happen or something.
Yeah.
To throw everybody off their game. So that's what we've got to be watching out for.
Yeah, and I hate to go against the great Alex Jones because 9 times out of 10 he's right. And as I said, he predicted that Biden will drop out by the 20th. I don't know if I see him dropping out. I mean, I know
17 days. That's 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know it's not his decision. He's not the one in charge. I don't think the machine's going to want to do it. I mean, they may, let me rephrase that. They may want to do it, but is it really going to benefit them at this point? I think it will cause more harm if they replace him at this point. I really do. I think it would cause more harm. I mean, like I said, they're screwed either way you look at it. I mean, there's no way to get out of this because people already see him for what he is. People know that the Democrats lied to them. Everybody knows that they were lied to now. There's no way that these people did not know what state he was in mentally because...
Right. Oh, right, because he's been doing this for 4 years. It's not like it popped out of the blue.
Yeah, this is what we on the right have been saying ever since even before he was installed into the White House. And we were called crazy conspiracy theorists, and the lefties got a big dose of it on election night. Everything that we said was true.
Well, Rowdy 63 is sitting there saying that he's hearing next week
Yeah.
Biden's going to drop. So
I think it's really a coin flip, honestly. I don't know. If I had to bet, I would say that they keep him, but at the same time, I don't want to make that bet. I mean, it really could go either way at this point. I didn't think that they would have waited this long. I really did not, to even, even mention this.
Right.
I figured they would have done this a year ago, maybe even a year and a half ago.
There was just so many comments today. Like, let's see, I can use another one, I guess. White House defends Biden's fitness as he commits to the race. I mean, how the hell can you back somebody like this? It just doesn't make sense to me. Because Gateway Pundit put it, said Biden contemplates going back to the basement for good. Kamala on the chopping block. 2024 election rigging officially begins, and all the latest headlines that they have. That's what their title was for that. I just read the first article I went over. That one was, and that's what their title of it is. They're saying the election rigging has officially begun now.
Yeah.
So, and I agree with that, because something's up, and they're hiding it very well.
Yeah, they would have to do it before the convention, I would think. I don't know if they would have an option after.
Well, that's what they keep saying. They keep saying that they have to do it by this coming weekend. So yeah, I just don't see it happening.
I mean, that's what I would imagine. I mean,
right.
Didn't the convention get pushed back, actually?
Well, it was brought forward because of that law that Ohio had, and then the governor moved it back so they had more time. So I think it's still in this month sometime. I can't remember. You looked it up the other day.
Yeah, I think I thought I heard it just recently, within the last few days, got pushed back. I don't know.
I don't know. Where was it at? Sean said, if there is no drop boxes, it'll be a Dominion voting machines. Most definitely. The entire Democrat establishment needs to be replaced. I think Republicans, I think they should go partyless. No one should have an official party. And you vote for whoever you want to vote for, not because of party. Get rid of everybody. And I think that would make it actually the vote that counts, our votes, because then that wouldn't be these delegates and bullshit. Get rid of the delegates and the super delegates, because those super delegates, they can hand to whoever the hell they want to. And that's a problem. It should not be who they want in there. It's the people that gets the people in there. Us, Americans.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about that is I agree to an extent what you're saying, but I think that would be a slippery slope if we do that, because then the next thing they'll be wanting to do is abolish the Electoral College, and that we definitely don't want that, because it'll be New York and Los Angeles picking the president every time. So I agree with the sentiment, but I don't think it'll ever happen, because that would be the next. Yeah, that would be the next push, and we definitely don't want the Electoral College ban. That would be a disaster. We truly would be
Mark Knight.
We would be a democracy at that point, not a republic, and that's not what the framers wanted at all.
It's already tomorrow for Mark. Yeah, he's in Great Britain. He's in England. Did you know that? You remember that? Yeah, we got England. We got England in the house too. we are all over the United States. I'm loving it. Plus, we're out of country. We had Canada the other night. We got England. We got everything. I'm stoked. We got the best chat crew we could have in Wimpkin. That's awesome. Got Becky. Becky is in Facebook. I'm loving that. I have to keep checking on her while we're doing this, but I'm still trying to get into all the stuff from Wimpkin. Rowdy's from PA too. Holy shit! Yeah, they said Pat's from PA also. They look ridiculous, Madeline. At the convention, superdelegates vote on who they want. Doesn't have to be Biden. Right, Deborah. And except for the ones that are in the blue states like California and Chicago and all them idiots, they're going to give it to him. Oh, and to let you guys know, I don't have to have surgery. I'm just on medicine. They're giving me steroids for a couple of weeks to see if they can take the hernia in my back down and get it to heal itself. So that's a good news. So we're staying on air. Boy, we're not taking a break. Tammy was just here at PA, but not this part. All right, well, I'm going to get into some stuff here before we start. This group is the greatest bunch of patriots on this platform. You damn right, Lee. Can't ask for a better bunch of people. But I'm going to start off here with Merrick Garland. And the Judiciary Committee is suing him in court. So this bypasses all that bullshit that they have to do with the Justice Department. So that's a good thing. Now, we know it's probably never going to happen anyways because Merrick Garland thinks he is above the law and he doesn't have to commit to a subpoena because he decides who is justified on refusing a subpoena or not. That's bullshit. Now, I want you to take a look at this video, and I'm not fond of Jim Jordan right now, but he's talking about Merrick Garland, and I want you to take a look at this real quick. Yeah, let me find it here.
Joe Biden shared some of the classified materials he wasn't allowed to keep, with his ghostwriter, who was writing a book for which he was receiving an $8 million advance. All this, and yet special counsel Hurd declined to prosecute Joe Biden because, quote, he is a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
The Republican-led House Judiciary Committee filed a lawsuit against Attorney General Merrick Garland, demanding a court order the Justice Department to release the audio recording of special counsel Robert Hur's interview with President Joe Biden. The lawsuit also demands the DOJ to provide recordings of an interview Hur conducted with Biden's ghostwriter. The next step in the process will be for the Justice Department to file a response to the lawsuit. The House voted to hold Garland in contempt of Congress in June, sending a criminal referral to the DOJ. However, the department declined to explore criminal charges against its leader, angering House Republicans who said they would take the matter to court. Garland was held in contempt after he rejected a subpoena from the House Republicans in February to provide access to the audio recordings. The DOJ has already published the full transcripts of those interviews, arguing they are sufficient for Republicans' impeachment inquiry. The White House has also cited executive privilege.
Is it done? Why didn't it go back? It did not go back. I don't know why it didn't go back. But that's a good thing. But not like I said, will anything happen? Doesn't look like it. But they've had almost 4 years of this Biden administration stealing stuff from the White House, and nobody's been held accountable for anything they've done this whole time. But that brings us to this next article where a powerful House committee, and this is the Rules Committee, is going to hold a vote on Merrick Garland inherent contempt.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Oh, were you? Yeah, and they are going to do it because I have a video on it, and the woman's telling you about what inherent contempt is, and the GOP representatives is talking about the audio tape. So take a look at this real quick.
I do want to discuss what exactly inherent contempt I do want to discuss what exactly inherent contempt is. Essentially, this gives this House Sergeant at Arms the opportunity and the authority to arrest Merrick Garland. What would arresting him accomplish? Would that lead to you guys definitely getting the audio?
It might not. I suspect that they will do everything that within their power, within the president's power, to keep that from seeing it. I doubt we will ever see it, but I think it's important that we hold the vote to show the American people who actually believes in the Constitution, who believes in the rule of law, and who believes that there's not two systems of justice. For goodness sakes, this just cannot continue to go on with the Biden family getting their way and the rest of us not. We don't have justice. I find this very offensive that we are doing this once again. And here we are with another member of this administration is literally thumbing their nose at the American public and the Constitution and the rule of law. Congress has to get some guts. I like tough votes because I want people back home to know how we vote. too many of my colleagues go home to their Reagan Day and Lincoln Day dinners and they throw out the red meat and they talk about how tough they are. And then they come up here and sell their country down the road time and time again. And they just won't do it. And so I think it's time for some accountability, and it's going to cause some uncomfortable times up here, but dadgummit, we need it. We are going to lose our country.
Now, you see, that's what I'm talking about. At last, this article, I still don't think we're going to see anything about this. Like he said, they use the big words and he's a liberal. And you can't trust anything that they're saying. So, but the Democrat Party is pretty much the people of the party of lawlessness.
Yeah.
So
I don't understand how Biden and the Democrats would be able to stop it in a way, though. I mean, he would be out quick if he's arrested. Don't get me wrong. It would only be, it would be almost instant. But from what I understand, looking at this, if they hold this vote and it passes, it gives the Speaker of the House the authority to have the Sergeant of Arms arrest him. It's
right.
Nobody else. So they could have him arrested, and they should, because Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro are currently sitting in prison for defying a subpoena. Why isn't the Attorney General? They're always talking down to us, saying that nobody is above the law. Well, apparently that only applies to Donald Trump and the people around Donald Trump. It doesn't actually apply to the swamp creatures in Washington, D.C. I mean, there's no good reason why this vote shouldn't happen. So what if it's a tough vote? People voted for you to make tough decisions and tough votes on their behalf.
Biden was running his mouth about the same thing. Nobody's above the law. Look who's talking.
Yeah, well, apparently your Attorney General is, and just about everybody else. And another one. Look, well, really, we could name all these people. We could do a whole show on this.
No doubt.
But look at Eric Swalwell, the guy who was sleeping with the Chinese spy. What
exactly? And he's still in government.
Yeah. What the hell kind of information did he let
give
Fang
to her? Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that should be investigated that nobody ever talks about.
Right. And everybody's talking about that in here too. They said that Bannon needs to get out of jail, Garland needs to go in, or like, where'd he go? Or they said let him out, and if they're not going to ding him, but either arrest Garland and release Bannon, equal justice under the law. That's what Sean says. And then they said about Navarro too.
Navarro is going to be getting out soon. His was a 4-month sentence, like Bannon. Bannon just went a couple days ago. So
yeah, if he would have went, Bannon would be getting out today too.
Yeah, I don't know if it's today, but it's very
yes,
soon.
Sammy, thank you.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that need to be looked at. I mean, you could look at the Pelosi's for trading stocks. I mean, it's not just her, but there's plenty. All these people are criminals. We could throw every one of these people in prison if we really wanted to, but who's the ones that run the DOJ and all these 3-letter organizations?
Yeah, no kidding.
So they could get away with anything as long as they play the game. That is why Trump and his people, are persecuted. They don't even have to commit crimes to be convicted and thrown in jail, because they're not playing the game that the Washington, D.C. swamp wants them to play. That's what it comes down to.
Right, exactly. Thank you, everyone, about the surgery. I'm loving it. I got my steroids. I'm not looking forward to that because I am a type 2 diabetic, diet controlled, and these pills are going to make me run my sugar up. I don't like that part, but we'll see. I'd rather try to heal the disc without surgery right now anyway. So, but all right, I got to get into Dennis right now real quick here. Dennis, how the hell are you going to start a fire with water? We got to know this. I am baffled now, but we'll look into it until Dennis gives us an answer on this. Supreme Court is supposed to rule about 2020 this week. Okay, I thought they were on summer break.
I think they are.
I think they're on summer break right now. he's got a survival hack. He said, Dennis said that he show you guys how to start fire with water, and he said he's not kidding. Those Soros voting machine changed votes, Trump's votes and Biden votes. That's how they stole the 2020 election, and they will do the same thing in 2024 if no one destroys those machines. You're right, Jamal. We know it. We know it for a fact, but no judge has got the balls to take up the case so they can prove it. And that's the problem. They could have had every machine in there, and the one machine we did talk about where that professor rigged it with a pen, went in there, and that's all he used, and he changed votes. So you're right.
But the reality is we're not getting rid of these machines before this election. So all we can do right now.
Somebody's brother owns that. Hey, an American Rebellion's in the house. Gary, how you doing, man?
So all we could do this election is everybody go out and vote, because we could get rid of all these machines once Trump gets back in.
Right.
But we have to win first. I mean, that's why I say to people, you can't give up. And I'm not suggesting who said that, Jamal. I'm not suggesting that that's what he's saying, that he's given up. I'm not suggesting that, but this is why it is so important to go out and vote, because that is the only way we're going to fix it. We could sit here and bitch about the voting process all day and night. None of us like it at all, but this is the system that we have to play for this election until we could get in and we could fix it and get it the way we like it. I mean, that's just the reality.
Right, Tim. Tammy, you said food-wise. And look at this. And Dennis, this is what you guys need to pick up. We haven't started it yet, but this is a 30-day supply. You see this. And it's a real good price on it. I got it for $100. But there's a heck of a lot of meals in there, and they were talking about all that stuff. And Dennis is talking about the thing, and I don't see it. Did you see if he made him comment about that fire thing yet?
Not that I have seen. No. Let me see if I missed something. We get so much stuff in chat; it's easy to miss.
It is.
But
we try to catch everyone's that we can, but no, yeah, I don't see it.
Nothing.
Key to survival is learning skills, not accumulating stuff. That is true to some point, but you still have to you still want to try to get some stuff like canned goods and stuff like that for emergency purposes. But we're going to get into that on here probably next week. We're going to get this thing started. So we are running behind a little bit, but there's a new shocking poll from CBS. 72% of people believe that Biden is unfit and mentally and cognitively disabled to run this country. Now, if that many people, that is staggering amount of people. So how do you expect them to run a country? And he should not be there now. If he cannot run a court hearing, if he's not capable of going to court, how can he be running this country? Isn't there someone that can do something about that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not only that. I mean, that was the first clue, and now we finally see. And this is why I don't understand why the lefties are still arguing that we don't need the audio from the Hurd deposition. I mean, did we not all watch the same debate? I mean, if that's what that guy was like, and it probably even worse if we're being honest, behind closed doors. That's why you need these audio tapes, because, like you said 100 times, Charlie, anybody could type something up, and that it leaves a lot of context out of what actually happened. So, that we should definitely get that. But no, this Biden's definitely not running the country. It's been obvious from day one that he's not running the country. I mean, just look at how he talks to the press. He says, who am I supposed to call on? Oh, I don't know if I should do that. I'll get in trouble. Like, you're supposed to be the president. Who's giving you orders?
Yeah, exactly. I did hear him say that. He says, I'm not allowed to say that. Or when they ask him about taking questions, and he says, I'm not allowed to take questions.
Yeah. You think Donald Trump would have ever listened to anyone if they told him how to handle a press conference or something? No, they that would be their last day working for his administration.
Right, exactly. And we are going to be doing that. I'm hoping to get everything. I do have about 28 things so far, Dennis, and I am going to get with Vic, Coup, and talk to her and you, of course, and we'll try to get something going here real soon. So we are running out of time. I'm going to have to fast forward here. And whoops. But there is so much going on, and I'm hoping to. Oh, come on, stupid thing. Oh, went the wrong damn way.
That's what you get for spilling Kool-Aid on that thing before we went live.
Yeah, not on my electronics. I don't put nowhere near that stuff. Teach you guys how to make pemmican and hardtack. Procure and purity water and keep your body temperature 98.6 and you'll be halfway there. Yeah, I'm getting those pills that you can purify water with, Dennis. You ever see those? And that's something we're talking about getting into, is about disaster preparedness. And what I have planned is a tip of the day. And it's going to start out with, I think, once a week until I get it going. But I have enough for about 30 days right now. But with the help of Dennis, and I haven't talked to Vic yet and see if she would help with that too. But that's what I'm trying to get together here on top of everything else that I've got trying to get going. And it's kind of tough to navigate all this stuff, especially when I have doctor's appointments and all that stuff. Come on. So I'm trying to get my stuff up here. So
okay, he's did you see Dennis's comment?
No, I did not. I was working on this.
He says, okay, you turn a plastic bag in water into a magnifying glass.
Really? Oh, and shine the light through the water.
Yeah, kind of like you ever light ants on fire with a magnifying glass?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
you were just doing that last week. I got you doing it on your porch.
Well, you got to do it sometime. It's kind of boring.
He almost caught his house on fire.
That's okay. We'll just buy a new one.
The way you've been spending money lately, maybe.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think Charlie's secretly rich. He just doesn't want anyone to know.
Wow, yeah, I wish. But I do have more mugs coming, so I am going to do that before we sign off here.
We should get mugs with my face on them, Charlie. What do you think? Think people?
Oh, that'll be pretty. We can do that. Where the hell did it go? Oh, I got to go to the other one. Okay, guys. Now, if you guys got to write this email down, because the question is to win one of these mugs up here above my head, if you can see them. The question is, what was the main topic for my Monday's show? Email me at conservativeviewpoint@yahoo.com. Give me the answer with your name and your address. And if you're the first one with the correct answer, you're going to win one of these mugs. This is a light green one, and this is a pink wine goblet, and a stainless steel one, and I've got a black one. Name the one that you want to win. If you got the answer to the question, what was my main topic on the show for Monday? So I'll be looking for your emails this week. We'll see if anybody guesses right. So that's about all the time we have for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to check out our Rumble pages. Mine's the Country Conservative. Brendan's is the Brendan Statler Show. Don't forget to follow us. Give that thumbs up, just like we say every week, because it's so important that you do this to help us get our truth out to people. But thank you for joining us in chat, you guys. You guys are awesome. Every day, you guys impress me with your comments, and I enjoy reading them and getting involved with you guys. And I hate not getting to all of them, but we try our best to get to everybody that we can. I do appreciate what you guys do for this show. You help us improve the show and make us want to come back and do it, all the time. I can't thank you enough for joining us each weeknight. And there you have it, my fellow conservatives, another episode in the books. We have dissected and debated and dared to challenge the narrative. But before we part ways, let me leave you with this. In a world of noise where echo chambers drown out reason, remember to seek truth over popularity. Be unapologetically conservative, but never forget the power of empathy. Our ideas may clash, but our shared humanity binds us. So until it'll be Friday, I'll be back. Brendan won't be here. He's going to do his live show. Or maybe it might be.
It may be pre-recorded. It's still to be determined. The other two that I'm doing this show with, they're inexperienced in this, and they wanted to do a dry run tomorrow morning. So if they like it, we're going to just record it and post it the next day. But this is going to be a live show from here on out. If it's not this week, it will be live typically. But either way, it'll be on Wimpkin, on my Wimpkin account. It'll be on my Twitter account, and you can find us on Rumble at Free Soil Media. It'll be there as well.
Okay, there you have it. He'll put an advertisement out and make sure you get it, or he'll post the thing out so you guys look at it.
Yep.
So make sure you join me Friday night, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep your convictions strong, your debate civil, and your coffee black. This has been Charlie, the Country Conservative, signing off from the Conservative Viewpoint. You guys have a nice and safe 4th of July, and I'll see you on Friday. Good night, everyone.
See you guys. Have a good 4th.